To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon, the link is in the description. Thanks.
Yo, what's good? Everyday superpower signing in. I got the sun glaring in my eyes, alright. You might say, why don't you just move your flipping camera and whatnot, my brother? Trust me, I'm not one of them lot who's gonna go get a studio set up and all that to communicate information, to convey information and facts, alright? I'm not one of them heads. I'm not gonna get myself a little LED sign and well, I might do in due time. Just pay me and that'll happen. So we're watching Pop the Balloon UK. Let me give you the title. You see the title, but let me see if I can make this a little larger for us, yeah? Okay, this one is not the US based Pop the Balloon we've done a video on prior. This is based in the UK, so a little bit more down my street, pardon the pun. Pop the Balloon UK episode 1, the ultimate dating show with My Name is China. All of these hosts are trying to hop on the all trying to garner their own attention. It's all very self-indulgent, isn't it? All of them plug themselves as the host. I saw My Name is China. I thought this was a flipping woman. Do you know what I mean? When have you known some next dude called China spelled like that? That's crazy to me, man. But maybe I'm just naive, eh? Maybe I'm just naive. So this is our lineup, all right? We're going to talk attraction and repulsion, we're going to talk body language, we're going to talk dating, and with all due respect, I'm going to crack some jokes, but it's all love. I appreciate these dudes for putting themselves out there, and the women as well, you know. It takes guts or incredible narcissism to do. So let's have a look at how they're portrayed from the very first second into this program, alright? So my man China's got the full red get-up, alright? He's out-redding the balloons, which is crazy, to be honest with you. So red symbolizes power and psychologically, emotionally heightens any feeling that you would feel towards this particular person. So if he says something you find very attractive, if you're a woman or a homosexual, you're gonna find him twice as attractive, down to the fact that you're being indirectly manipulated by the color psychology, all right? That's why women wear red and are deemed more attractive, all right? It represents blood flowing to the skin. What happens when we're aroused? Blood flows to the skin and gorges the genital areas. Bada bing, bada bum. I'm putting you onto game. Red is striking. Why is it striking? Because evolutionarily speaking, we might portray it, or we might be hardwired to pay super attention to reds because it represents fire. All right. Bada bing, bada bum. So my guy's the boldest there. Let's have a look. Let's just start with the colours, yeah? Something to talk about. We'll start from the first guy. I know someone mentioned in the comment it'll be better if you can see my cursor so you can see who I'm referencing at the time. I've not bothered sorting that out yet, but I'll make sure I can, allow you to identify whom I am speaking to clearly this time. So, first guy. Shoulders a little bit elevated, a little bit of a slouch forward. I mean, we're bypassing the colours already and going straight to the body language, aren't we? This is what I see, people, first and foremost. A little bit of a slouch forward, concealing the crotch, using two hands to hold the balloon. He doesn't need two hands to hold the balloon, he only needs one. That means he's protecting himself from whatever is to come next or whatever is before him, alright? He's first in the queue, frightening situation. Okay, moving on next. This guy, you can see a distant gaze in his eye. He's speaking to himself, bit of self-talk there. Wearing a sweater such as the next guy. I mean, I think the first guy's wearing a hoodie perhaps. All right, which let me put you onto a little summit, people. If you're a grown man, hoodies are optimal, but I guess it's down to your culture and your tribal identity. You know, some people might find you attractive with a hoodie if you portray someone within the inner tribe, but generally speaking, we associate that with younger boys, for lack of a better term. And not only that, if we're to go actually ancestral, right, into the devolution of our ancestry, you would see the peasants of old wearing a sack with a hood up. It's only the same thing. It represents the same subclass, the same subculture, okay? Is it politically correct? No. Is it correct? Yes. Okay. This third guy, he seems cool, calm, and confident. Now, you would think so generally in comparison to the other two. He's standing upright. You can see his legs far apart. All right. So territorial. The broader your legs, the more space you take up, the more you man spread, showcases the less threatened you are, showcases how dominant you feel you are in relation to the people around you, because you take up more space. More territory equals more power. Right? I have a castle, you have an apartment. I have a 3-bedroom house, you have a 1-bedroom house. I've got the boss's desk, you've got a little tiny desk, and so on and so on and so forth. Right? Now, one little thing to consider is he has one thumb hidden away in his pocket. All right? So even though he is portraying himself as the most comfortable, confident man, that concealing of the thumb showcases an actual insecurity. So he is not 100%. He is not 100%. Moving on to the next guy who's slap bang in the fashion show. First and foremost, he's wearing sunglasses. Why are you wearing sunglasses? It's a mask. All right. It's defensive. Okay. I can't understand who you are, and I can't identify how you feel towards me and in relation to what you're trying to communicate to me, purely down to the fact that you're creating an obstacle in the way. What you're scared of, conveying. All right. When we communicate on our unconscious, we pay attention to the dilation and the constriction of the pupils. If you're blocking up with sunglasses, bro, it's a mask, such as a hat. It's a mask. It's conceal yourself. It's the runaway. You can act like the most confident man in the world. How about you take your glasses off? That's all I'm saying. All right. So my guy's come swaggered up. Looks like he's wearing a smart jacket. You know what I mean? Smart belt on him. Looks like he's wearing a couple of quid. You got to put some respect on that. It might attract the wrong type of woman, but might attract the woman regardless. Moving on, we got the smallest of the bunch, but put some respect on that fresh fade. Put some respect on that beard shape up. You know what it is. Him, like the first guy, is holding onto his wrist and is actually mirroring the guy at the end, who is also holding onto his wrist. Now, what's fascinating is, can you still hear me? Yes, you can. The guy at the end holding his wrist is actually somewhat turned away from the rest of the group, and you can see his leading foot reaching in the other direction, whereas his other is a little more straightforward, okay? So he's actually departing from the group. He is disconnected from the group. He is not with the group like the others are, all right? Or he might not be as, what's the word? He might not be receiving the message of the host to the fullest degree, because he is not bladed towards the host, all right? He might be distracted, or if anything, threatened, so moving away. You can see his actual torso essentially facing the other direction. Now, with that being said, what we also need to pay attention to is the suit jacket, okay? So if he was wearing his suit jacket like the guy with the big coat and had it undone, that would be more attractive than it being buttoned up, okay? Because such as when you block yourself and create obstacles, you also do so with the buttons, all right? So the more open you are, the more exposure you have. Not saying you have to be naked, but the more exposure you have to your midriff, to your limbal side, to your trunk, to your torso, to your chest, to your abs, to your genitals, the more comfortable and confident she's going to perceive you. And you can think, well, how is she going to perceive me in that way? Like, that's ridiculous. She doesn't know all of this information. She doesn't know this pseudoscience. But the reality is, she's recognized patterns throughout her life and the portrayal of what a man is and should be, through the media, through men she's found attractive, through men who have attained positions of power, status, and everything in between, and how they put themselves out there, okay? She's had boyfriends, she's had relationships, she's had friends, she's grown up with men around her, okay? There we go. So that's our first assessment. From here on, I will see you on the next video where we'll start. Peace.
To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks.